from a business model perspective, you taking a cut off of someone, or how are you making money?
Yeah, so in this early phase, what we're talking about is a basic, transaction fee similar to a lot of other two-sided marketplaces. But what we think of ourselves as is sort of a SaaS-enabled marketplace. So, I mean, the market will definitely be probably the reason why people are attracted to us, but we want them to stay because we're actually making the whole process of annualized grant seeking so much less painful than it is now through content management, through tools that make you a faster writer, by really pulling in all the different service types that you'll need. So, there's a lot of possibility that our model will change in terms of how we're making money as we add tooling and features and value for people. But really keeping in mind that a lot of grant applicants are not flush. A lot of grant experts, independent contractors are not just raking in the dough. So we definitely want to understand that we're trying to create a valuable relationship with them. And then fortunately, there is a group in that three-sided triangle that has a lot of money, a lot of resources, and that is the grantors. I mean, almost by definition, they have accumulated so much wealth that they are now in the business of giving it away. So those groups are interested in a better system, and I think they're also in a position where they can support maybe a larger share of a system and a platform that's helping everybody win.
Yeah, go ahead, Zach.
Oh, well, I can just think of like other marketplaces that have the challenge of, hey, I connect and then I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Why do I need to come back through? Right? And there's definitely not a SaaS model in there. So for you to be trying to already articulate this and be thinking about it from a SaaS model, from an annualization standpoint, I think it's interesting. It will be interesting to see, like, if you're able to fulfill that, because in so many different things, it's like, hey, thanks for the connection, but I'm out and I'm going somewhere else, and I'll pay your 30% one-time fee, happy for it. But then the churn of those things is spinning so much. It's just it can be a very difficult thing. And so for you to be doing that, it'll be like I said, an interesting cycle to see.
Yeah.
If you get it.
On that note too, I think we are, one of our advisors is really bringing up Web3 and sort of decentralized organizational structures, and it jives really well with what is a growing movement in community-centric fundraising. So both the technology and the philosophy in our space is kind of asking, how can individuals be more greatly empowered in these relationships? And so we are already talking about ways that the people on our platform can actually share in the value that's being created in a totally different way. So, I think it really is all about thinking about Grantable as a platform, as an ecosystem in which people are really, really happy to be in it. And they aren't resentful of, the bridge toll that we're taking. So we want to communicate what the toll is for in the early going. Like, we're helping people navigate a patchwork of interstate regulations about
Sure.
professional fundraising. So we need to help pay for that to happen. But in the future, it should just be that you're getting something valuable just by being on the platform, whether it's organizing your content, finding your clients, just streamlining your business. So we're really trying to aspire to that.
Yeah, I mean, it's super exciting right now with Web3, in terms of it's taken so long for that technology to really get use cases that are applicable. And so it'd be interesting to see. I mean, this is another use case that can be applied. So
yeah, I mean, I think one of somebody I spoke with last week, a venture capital firm, Avalanche VC out of Seattle, one of their principals introduced the term Web 2.5. And so it's kind of like, what are some ways that you can already add some of the most promising features and value from, the coming Web3 evolution to stuff that's happening now. And so I think it's not like we have to wait for some line to be crossed. We can already start thinking about ways to add it in.
I have no idea what Web3 is. I'm trying. I'm trying, guys. Like I doing some research, trying to get it.
It's mind bending. Absolutely,
it really is.
Yeah. Well, see, like, and then when people are like, "Well, this was the internet," and like, it's just like, yeah, but to me, like, the internet was easy, maybe difficult to explain, right? But it was like, okay, people are going to research in this thing. They already had computers. Now there's this other thing. I'm definitely not poo-pooing on it. I'm just trying to grasp and do a little bit of research here and there. I'm probably about 30 hours of research into stuff like this, which maybe isn't a lot, but
one way that I've heard it talked about recently is to think of these sort of cycles of bundling and unbundling. So in the earliest days, you had the mainframe, so you had the one computer, and then you unbundled and everybody had personal computers. And then you rebundled to the cloud. And so everybody kind of put back, and then now you're kind of back into an unbundling where Web3 is decentralizing computation, storage, decision-making, transactions.
See, I get decentralizing, I get blockchain technology, I get all that kind of stuff. But the use case of NFTs, I think, is maybe that specifically.
Well,
I mean, it's just it's that decentralization that
decentralized is what Napster was, right? I mean, it's it's the downloading of things that have a.
Yeah, but it's not a file share. It's more of a store of record, so that you have that.
Right, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, building a company at this time, even it's funny because, like, you can look at grants as something fairly mundane, but then when you talk about building a technology company to improve this sector, I mean, it very quickly becomes about who these grant experts. Somebody, one of our experts, just shared this beautiful encapsulation of what he considers to be sort of the art form, left brain, right brain. Like, you're both a very logical but also artful communicator. So it starts to come to life. And when you talk about the different technologies, the great social trends that our company is launching into, as far as movement towards gig and remote work, and then Web3, and it all interacts, and it's something that it keeps it fun, or some nights stressful, but mostly it's really cool to be building a company at this time, I think.
Wikipedia defines Web3 as an idea for a new iteration of the World Wide Web.
Yeah.
Which is what WWW is, people. Don't forget that. Based on blockchains, which incorporates concepts including decentralized and token-based. Oh, I gotta click ... Token-based economics.
Yeah.
Well, I like to call the WWW the information superhighway. I think we should have never dropped that, but that's just me.
Yeah, there's a lot to learn.
There is a lot, and it's not going to happen on this show.
Well, hey, when we get to episode 1000, we'll be NFT millionaires, billionaires.
What episode is this?
92.
Ooh, getting up there. Wow.
908 to go to get to 1,000. So
have us back on for that one.
For sure. Yeah, definitely would like to have you back on. And 6 months, 12 months, something there in between, I would get an update on where everything is going. I love the passion that you have for the grant writing space.
And then you can talk to the other half of this thing and get a much better technical overview of what we're doing and what's exciting in that space, and all the ways that we've covered ground until the next time we speak.
Is there anything we haven't talked about that you want to talk about?
I think it's been a really fun conversation. I would just encourage people out there. I think almost everybody knows a nonprofit or a group that is touched by grant funding. And if you don't know about it, ask if folks need help with this task. And I think most people will kind of you'll see their eyes widen when they talk about grants, because they really are a very challenging aspect of the work. They can be confusing, they can be repetitive, time consuming, and then they are such critical sources of funding for a lot of groups. So if you know anybody that you think might be grant funded, or if you know folks that write grants or help with grants for a living, please feel free to turn them on to grantable.co and see if they think it's valuable. And we're very, very easy to get in touch with. So, always looking to learn from people out there that are doing the work.
Perfect.
All right, Philip, it's been a pleasure.
Thanks so much for the honor. Take care, guys.
Are you set at home office, socially distanced coffee shop, or your fancy all bricked out corner office, wondering why no one can see your business and sales are all over the place? Sounds like you need a pro. That's why I developed the Anomaly Academy. Insert clever copy here. Oh, I guess I was supposed to put something else there. Oops. You can grab access to the Anomaly Academy now at zackmillersays.com/Anomaly Academy.